Alrighty, so yes, I'm recording this class for all those people that are going around saying something ridiculous. And do you know what I have to say?
Oh yeah, you gotta give me my candy from Friday. Yeah, give me my candy.
Oh yeah, hold up, where my candy at?
You gotta give me my candy.
I have been old with canned eyes.
Yeah, you said two.
Did I say he can get one?
Wait, hold up.
I could get one.
Wait. There was a day where you said because you didn't have candy one day, you was gonna give everyone candy the next day.
Yeah.
I know, and I got it, because guess what? All this was on clearance.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah. Good kind of candy. Alright, so now look at all that participation. Look at all that interaction we have.
My God.
I bust out with that candy and all of a sudden people are paying attention again.
I
owe you too?
Yeah,
You owe me
3
3 for all the answers that you said no
You owe
to.
me 2.
No, I do.
Do I owe you one too? Okay. Alright.
It's like going
Man, you're not
over my head. I'm still duck.
You still owe me one.
No, I don't. You weren't here that day.
Yes, I would.
I wasn't here Friday. What y'all do?
Never said I'll give
In
you one video.
middle school, I was the pitcher.
Alright, you guys. Okay. Shut up. Alright, so now. Alright, we're going to start on 55. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about what parallelograms are. We have a checklist that actually categorizes what quadrilaterals are. Quadrilateral is something with 4 sides.
Wait, what page is going 55?
All these 3 on 55. Okay. And I'm going to show you guys how we're going to use this information on this page right here. So there is going to be a lot on page 55. And on top of that, guess what? Guess what?
What?
You guys grab your handy dandy vocabulary notebook.
I don't got that.
Man, where did I put this?
That what?
That bad boy.
Uh-huh. That what? Yeah, I know, right?
What you mean?
Uh-huh.
I ain't saying
What
nothing.
you want?
Okay, so now what I tell you guys about this. You guys want to have their vocabulary because that's really handy.
I don't have it.
See what I did there? Handy?
Handbook. Yeah. Just stick to that.
I was gonna say that.
Dandy, dandy.
Eat stuff.
Finish it.
this?
Great big book of everything inside. All right, listen up. Hey, you people. Okay, Miss Amanda.
She lost.
She was like, what?
Okay, all right, so handy dandy vocab book. So you guys will have that one handy.
I don't have it. I have yours.
All right, so I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you a couple things
Can I have yours?
that we're talking about. So, first thing, angle, side angle. We did this one already. This was like on page 39, but now it's going to add into our handbook, right? What is angle, side angle theorem? Give me some good information right here. What is this going to be?
A triangle.
Try again, better than that. On page 39 in our notebook, what does angle, side angle say? Maybe you should open up that notebook, yo. Got a bunch of people staring at me awkwardly.
It's postulate.
I can't find it.
Go!
But there's a problem.
Right?
You just said
I'm here for my book.
angle, side angle.
It literally only went quiet as soon as
That's
she
what
said
it
angle.
says, Mr.
I'm weak.
Angle, side angle. You said the wrong one.
It's
Wait, what
postulate.
Yeah, I can't
That's
find
what you say, right?
Let me get my candy right here.
It says yes.
There's a bunch of them. 55.
It says words.
55. High five. All right. Hey, you guys, come on. Everyone has this in your book, and everyone just staring at me, not doing anything.
Postulate.
Besides postulate.
two pairs of congruent angles that include sides.
And the included sign. So,
I said that.
no, you said.
Include sides. Did anyone hear me say include sides?
Oh, it's right here.
Or did I say that? Right? Right? Okay, then. Wait. You just trying to keep me out of my opinion.
So, for this statement right here, what would I say for these two right here? I would say what? Triangle. A, B, C is congruent to
D, E, F.
triangle D, E, F. There we go. So we got a little definition here, and we actually have how to write it.
Included, wait.
Find my handbook when I don't need it.
Included side.
Oh. Wait, congruent.
Two pairs of congruent angles and the included side. Now, where did we get this information from?
Page 39.
Page 39.
Here it is.
It's on page 39. It's there. You could actually copy it down from there.
I'm gonna look at my bag.
Okay. Now, next thing. So, listen. Angle, angle, side. Where am I going to find that in my notebook?
39.
Page 39. Can you write that down yourself?
Yeah.
Thank you, please.
I need that paper.
Hypotenuse leg. Where am I going to find that?
39.
Page 39.
What? What are you writing down? I don't have the paper.
So I teach everything, but somehow it always fell out.
Hmm?
Now
Alright.
I can't find a single thing in the place.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to start these notes, please.
What do you think, Brad? I don't even know.
Listen up.
This right here.
Listen up. Okay. Parallelogram. These are the properties of parallelograms, and you guys need to know these things because to be able to do today's assignment, you have to have this information. Pay attention up here. Thank you. All right. Okay, parallelogram. Two pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Okay, I'm going to show you the notation for that too. So I'm going to put an arrow saying those two will be parallel. Opposite sides are parallel. So if that gets a 1 arrow, what about these two?
2 arrows.
2 arrow, very good.
Okay.
So I have top and bottom, left and right. Now, 2 pairs of opposite sides are congruent. Now, how am I going to notate that they're congruent?
The thing.
The two angles are congruent.
No, right here it says 2 pairs of opposite sides are congruent. What do I have to do? How,
The given.
what's that called?
Parallel?
No, it's not a strike thingy. Tick marks. Tick marks. Watch.
Oh, bicep?
No, tick marks. This one here is congruent to this one here. What else? Up and down. So this one is congruent to this one here. So for them to be congruent, those are the sides that are congruent. The sides are congruent. Yes, I can see the phone from here. Please put it away.
Are you doing the tick marks just so you won't get confused?
No, so we know which one. So I'm going through this and talking about
No,
each
I know,
item.
like the patterns, like you know what I mean. Like you do different so you don't get confused, right?
Like 1 and 2.
Oh yeah. So these get 1 because that's congruent to that one, right? And top and bottom are congruent, so I show that those are. Do I need to mention about the phone again? Just put the stupid thing away.
Ooh.
Oh wait, I know it's sitting in your lap.
Damn.
You got foolish.
No, because the screen was on. It's like this big and it's bright.
You got IP.
Anyway, two pairs of opposite angles are congruent. Opposite angles are congruent. So now with angles, I don't do tick marks. I do the arcs, right? So opposite angles. So let's say this one is going to be congruent to. Would it be this one?
No.
Nope.
This one over here, right?
Yeah.
Very good. So I'm going to do that one. And it says two pairs of opposites. So I'm going to go here, right?
Two. Yeah.
And I go, there we go. All right, the next part. The next part says consecutive angles are supplementary. Consecutive angles are supplementary. What is supplementary?
What page do we find this on?
What is the word supplementary mean?
Like multiple?
Sample.
They're not congruent. That's way back.
Oh, I did do it right.
The word supplementary.
I wasn't here for that.
Yes, you were.
I don't even have the
He said yes, you
Come on, you guys are scaring me here. Supplementary.
No, don't read it. Stop. I got this. I got this.
Just tell them you'll give them a candy if they tell you.
No.
Okay, start throwing out candy.
Yeah.
Watch all these hands
It's
go up.
raining candy.
So pass out dum-dums for everyone else that doesn't get it.
Nah, it's a big dum-dum.
Nah, not all like that. We're not saying lab, but
These are 180 for 180.
Yes, thank you. Adds up to 180. Supplementary adds up to
180.
supplementary adds up to
180.
So when I say supplementary, you know it adds up to
180.
If they add up to 180, they are
Supplementary.
supplementary. Supplementary.
Supplementary.
Do you know what would be really, really good?
Candy.
You're fat.
My tears.
If you would let me borrow your notebook so I can get rid of
Food.
this mess.
You know there's blank pages in your notebook here?
Yeah.
What do you think those blank pages are for?
Definition.
Blank pages.
Okay, add some definitions. So supplementary, let's see. If I was in my notebook and I look over to page
Search 12 and 13.
12 and 13,
We don't have
Oh,
supplementary.
this is going
Do we?
oh my goodness.
We don't. We don't have supplementary.
oh, you're right. We did not have that one.
That's why I was looking to find it.
Pum pum.
Bless you.
Yeah,
What's up with it,
You've
G?
been
I know.
tomfool.
You got fooled.
I know, right? So supplementary adds up to what?
180.
So what are you putting in your notebook?
180.
No, supplementary.
Supplementary adds up to 180, right? So that means that these two right here
Supplementary.
are supplementary.
180. Yeah.
And the same thing goes for these ones right here. And it says diagonals bisect each other. Do I have a diagonal in that picture?
No, sorry.
Say no. What do you think a diagonal does?
Goes across.
Yeah, cuts through it, right? Okay. So could you draw a diagonal for me?
Yep.
Maybe.
Wait, and which one?
Yes, no, maybe so.
Yeah, you could.
Yep.
Yes,
Why'd you tell us to say no?
But it's not going to be equal.
What do diagonals do?
Cut through.
Cut through in half.
They bisect each other.
Yeah.
So what does bisect mean?
Cut something into two equal parts.
Cuts into two equal parts. So they cut each other into equal parts. So this bisect right here, hey, pay attention. Where these two cross, this one and this one are equal, and this one and this one are equal. So I'm going to show with 3 tick marks here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Whoa.
Okay, so you're going to need to understand this information about a parallelogram.
Yes.
There's a lot of information there. There is. So if I were to say, given the definition of parallelograms, you would know that the opposite sides are always equal. Opposite sides are equal if it is a parallelogram. Okay, those are congruent. Top and bottom are going to be congruent. Okay, opposite angles are going to be congruent just by saying this is a parallelogram. Kind of like, all right, if you could say, you are a mammal. Okay, scientific terminology. If I say that you're a mammal, that means certain basic functions. Basic functions are you breathe air.
We don't lay eggs.
We live.
Unless you're a duck-billed platypus, which actually does.
Unless
It's the only mammal that actually does lay eggs. So,
Really?
yes. But those type of things, so if you were to say those, then you would actually go with all the things that go along with that. Okay, mammal has internal skeleton, right?
Yeah.
Okay, those type of things.
Reptiles don't have.
All mammals have
Yeah.
internal skeletons.
So
You can't have
what's the other thing that is in a mammal?
Snakes, reptiles.
Yeah, okay.
amphibian.
Okay. I'm just
Okay.
making sure. 'cause,
Okay.
I feel
Anyway,
like-
all right, so just a little bit of science stuff, because if you guys understand the science part, the math, the theories work all the time. So if it is this, you get all these other things that you could say with it. If I could say, all right, it is a human,
It's a theory, then it becomes a law.
basically.
Yeah.
So if I say you're a human,
With enough
Science.
evidence.
all these other things are going to happen with it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of things that come with being a human.
I did not find this to be
Okay. Same thing in math. If I say it's a rectangle, all these other things have to apply. Okay? All properties of parallelograms plus these ones. So it has all these same rules. So opposite sides are congruent. Right? It says diagonals are congruent. So now I need to draw a diagonal. So we're not just over there, shaking our heads, trying to figure out what a mammal actually is. Right?
It's that guy from Ice Age.
Okay.
Are you talking about a mammoth?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, okay. So right here it says diagonals are congruent.
She said, are you talking about the mammoth?
So if I go through, I'm going to go through and actually, I'm going to label this so you guys can see this. So A, B, C, and D. I know because of this that A, C will be congruent to B, D. So by labeling this, I could actually know exactly what I'm talking about here. And it says 4 congruent right angles. So if it's a right angle, what am I going to put in there for that angle?
That box.
The little box, right? The 90-degree box. So I'm going to put that. I'm not going to put it for all of them. I'm just going to put it for 2 of them. I'm going to put here, and I'm going to put here. But all of them are right angles. So if you want to put them up for all 4, actually, do you know what? Might as well. Why not? Okay, little boxes for all of them. Why not? Everyone gets a little box.
Can you stop stopping your giant pee, please? My God. Alright, continue.
All right. Does that make sense or no? Did I confuse anyone yet? I'm trying to. Did I confuse anyone though?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, where is the confusion at?
Everywhere.
You got to start somewhere. Tell me where.
I don't
Did
know
you understand the word rectangle?
where. No.
No?
Why the boxes?
Why the boxes? Okay, right here it says 4 congruent right angles. Now, the notation for a right angles is right here. So the little box right there equals 90 degrees. So all the little boxes that we have in there are always 90 degrees. So that's what a right angle is, 90 degrees.
Oh, so a rectangle is 36 degrees.
What?
I know.
I mean,
360, yeah. So 4 times 90 is 360, yes.
that was so odd.
Not soon enough. All right, so does that make sense or no?
Yes. It
Did
does.
that clear it up a little bit?
Yes.
Does anyone have questions before I move on to the next one?
I don't know what we're doing. Wait, so are all rectangles equal?
Huh? What?
So are all rectangles equal to 360?
Yeah. It's actually all quadrilaterals are. All quadrilaterals are. So if it has 4 sides, it all is going to come up to that. But that's the sum of all the angles. All right. Okay, rhombus. Rhombus. All properties of parallelogram. So it has all these properties here. And plus diagonals are perpendicular. That upside down T means perpendicular. So let's go ahead and draw in our diagonals. And that means that there is a right angle right here. So all 4 of those are right angles there.
So they're all 90 degrees.
Yes, in that, just in the center, they're all 90 degrees. All right, the next thing I know, because of it, it says diagonals bisect opposite angles. Class,
Yes.
what does bisect mean?
Cut in half.
2 equal parts.
2 equal parts. So watch this. I'm going to show you guys. So now, this one, I didn't draw it very well. Anyway, all right, so this one, congruent to this one. This one is congruent to this one. This one, I'm going to put double here. Congruent to this one.
Yes.
These are congruent. And my last thing that goes along with this is 4 congruent sides. So I'm going to put a single tick mark. So single tick mark on each one of these sides right here. So all sides are going to be congruent.
Oh, you said a single tick mark.
Single tick mark. Questions? I'm throwing out a lot of information here. I'm hoping we're able to keep up with that lot of information. All right, let's take a look at the next one. A square. It says all properties of parallelograms plus all properties of rectangle plus all properties of rhombuses. That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So all those properties, so I now know, because it's all those properties, they're all congruent, right?
Yeah.
All the corners are.
90 degrees.
Very good. Diagonals. Diagonals will bisect and perpendicular, right? And opposite sides are also parallel. There's a lot of information right here. There's so much. Okay? And all those things just go along with if I say it's a square. Now, the next thing I'm going to look at is the flow chart to even figure out what is it going to be. Okay? So I'm going to take a look at this and we're going to talk about it. Now, quadrilaterals. The word quad means four. Very good. Quad means four. So quadrilateral means four sides. Has four sides. Okay, does it have four sides? Yeah. If it doesn't have four sides, then what?
It's not a quadrilateral.
It's not a quadrilateral. So then you're done on that one. So it is going to be a quadrilateral though. Now, does it have two pairs of parallel sides?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, then if it's yes, okay, if you notice, everything we dealt with today is yes. Tomorrow we're going to deal with no's. Because everything that we talked about were all parallelograms, right?
Yeah.
Parallelograms are all parallel. So that means we're only talking about these ones in the yes column. Diagonals are congruent in 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay, difference between a rectangle and a rhombus. And then, if all the sides are the same, then we get a square.
80 is a square.
So, we're going to use this, and we actually are going to deal with this one here and this one here later on. So, right now, we're going to use that information I gave you to be able to answer these questions. Okay, let's see if you can answer this, because I gave you all the information. In a parallelogram, opposite sides are
Equal.
and
Congruent.
there we go.
Oh my god.
This is why I couldn't join
I forgot all about that video.
Yeah, I don't want to make it.
I apologize.
It's not that I'm mad about it. I just don't like objects
Bothering me.
Okay.
So like if they
Next one. It says, in a parallelogram, consecutive angles are supplementary. In a parallelogram, diagonals blank each other.
Bisect. Cross. Things. You said it, bro. I got a dum-dum. Oh my goodness.
Where am I getting all these answers?
From the sheet.
Parallelogram.
There it is, right there. Alright, so now we're going to use the information that you have to find more information out of this. So, if AD is 20, from AD is 20, what is BC?
20.
Why do we know it's 20?
Because it's congruent.
Because they're congruent. Opposite sides are congruent. If AB is 25, AB is 25, DC is
25.
25.
DB is 22. DE would be 11 because it's bisected, right? It's bisected here, so it's 11. Very good. That was you, wasn't it? AE, so if A to E is 9, A to C is
18.
woo, 18.
No.
So that means
Okay, let's keep going. So if angle ADC, that's this one up here, is 115,
115.
Yeah.
I said it.
then ABC is,
115.
because opposites are congruent, right? What would the angle BAD be? BAD.
Just do it minus 180, right?
Okay, let's take a look. Now, we know that all three angles together have to add up to, 4 angles add up to 360, don't they?
Yes.
That's important. That wasn't in the notes, was it?
No.
All 4 angles have to add up to 360. But I know that this angle A has to be the same as angle C, right? So I know that it would be angle A plus C plus D plus B equals 360. So I know that A and C were going to be the same, right? So I'm going to say that's going to be 2 times x because they're both the same, right? So x is the variable of one of them. Plus 115 plus 115 equals 360. So 2x plus 230 equals 360. Subtract, so 2x is equal to, what's that, 130? Divide by 2?
5.
So all of angle A, BAD, would be 65 degrees.
She had it. She said it.
Who did?
She did.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Here, more candy for the one. All right. So, let's see. If 1 is 30, so this is completely different now. So I'm going to get rid of this. So if 1 is 30, then angle 4.
It's 30.
Why is it going to be 30? You got to give me the word, the reason, huh?
Alternate interior.
Alternate interior. Good
Oh
job.
my god, I actually caught it.
Yeah.
Alternate interior angle. So if that's 30, then this one's also 30 because they're parallel, right?
Yeah.
And so this one's congruent to this one because of alternate interior angles. If ADC is 115, angle 1 is 30, what's 2? So we're going back to this. This is the 115 again.
Oh, okay.
115. 115. We said all of C is going to be what?
30.
No, all of C is how much?
30. No. Wait, what?
65, right?
35.
It's going to be 65, right? All of C is 65.
Oh.
And so, what is angle 2 going to be if angle 1's 30? 35. Who was that last one? Oh, I'm out of candy now.
Adam was saying it the entire
It
time.
was me.
No, I heard it over there. Sound like a guy's voice over here somewhere.
Adam was saying it the entire time.
I didn't hear Adam.
I have a man voice.
Huh?
Whoa.
Was it you?
You're in a man voice.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Woo. All right.
Hey.
Anyway. Okay. Was that so bad?
No, sir.
Yes, it was.
That was pretty easy, right? For using the tools you have all the information so you can find out more information. So, let's take a look. I'm going to go over this with you. It says a rectangular barn door has diagonal braces. AE is 6 feet. What is the length of BD? So watch this. AE is 6. So if you get, can't even see that. All right. So AE is 6, so this piece is 6. Okay, what is the length of BD? So if AE is 6, then EC is also 6. Then BD, going all the way across from B to D, would be how much? 12, because the diagonals are going to be congruent. So that side, so BD equals 12. feet. Not too bad, right?
Yeah.
All right, next one. It's a rhombus.
Rhombus.
It is a rhombus. So I'm going to put the rhombus up here next to it, right here. All the properties parallelogram plus these. Okay? Now, these two angles right here. Okay? So, these two angles right here. So, because of this, these two angles, let's see. So, if I try to slide it over so it looks the same. Okay, so let's see. This one. Okay, diagonals bisect opposite angles. So, if it's bisecting, this one is congruent to this one.
Yeah.
This one is congruent to this one, right? Okay. So if it's bisecting, so let's see. So that one's going to be the same as that one, that one, that one. Okay, and what did it say about, okay, diagonals are perpendicular, so that means that right here there is a right angle. Hey, I know you guys, hey, I'm almost done, so I need you guys just, okay? Because this is a right angle right here, I'm talking about this triangle, the triangle right here. I'm going to talk about this, just one triangle. Hey, I asked you to go sit down, just wait. No. All three angles in a triangle add up to what?
180.
Okay, so it's going to be 3x plus 12 plus x plus 10 plus, what's my third angle?
90.
90 equals 180. So all those together, 3, 4, I have 4x plus 112 equals 180. Hey, shh, I asked you to stop. All right.